Hey everybody, this is my 15-minute workout that I'm going to share with you that you can do anytime, anywhere, when you need it. Let's get started. First, we're going to start on our back. Rolling down gently, placing our body in a nice neutral spine. Feet are flat on the floor, feeling the imprint of the in and the outside of the feet, feeling the pelvis in a nice neutral position, and then also feeling the ribs in a nice neutral position. So for the ribs in a neutral position, which is really for me more important that you have this versus your pelvis first. Your rib cage needs to be soft and sort of moving down toward your pelvis. So you're going to have that, and then you're going to situate the core hugging and snuggling around. Arms are down by your side. Take a nice deep inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to scoop the abdominals back in and round. And I'm just curling my pelvis to the point where I'm using my abdominals. I'm not squeezing my buns. And then I'm going to lengthen the pelvis long. We're going to do 4 of these. Little pelvic clocking. To get the pelvis moving, the lower back, some mobility. And getting ready for bridging. One more time. Good. And then back to a neutral pelvis, neutral ribs, spine. Taking a nice inhale, you're going to exhale. Regather those deep pelvic floor muscles to pull the pelvis into a curl, and then we're going to continue up 1 vertebra at a time, rolling up nice and strong, pressing through those feet, feeling the imprint, raising the hips up towards the sky, feeling those ribs still moving down to the floor. Take a nice deep inhale here, and exhale. 1 vertebra at a time, we round down, trying to put each vertebra individually down before the next one. When our tail retouches, we do 2 more times. Inhale to prepare, exhale, scoop and curl the abdominals, rounding and rolling up through the spine, pressing firm through the feet. The glutes are working now, so we are giving a little hug to the buns. The femurs, the thigh bones reaching long and out towards the end of our mat. Inhaling here, and exhale. Scooping 1 vertebra at a time, rolling down through the spine. Last time, we're going to stay up on this next one. An inhale prepares, and an exhale rounds you back up into that bridge. Staying here in this strong bridge with the feet grounded and the glutes working, we're going to take an inhale, soft throat and neck. Exhale with this stable pelvis, bring the right leg up and lower the right leg back down. And exhale. We're going to alternate the legs, one side to the next, and my goal here is to keep my pelvis very quiet, stationary, and taking the weight from right to left, and using the challenge of 1 leg to stabilize my pelvis. Good, we'll do 2 more times. Good, 1 more time. Excellent, both feet back down, resituating a little bit our alignment, pressing the pelvis up, nice inhale. And exhale, scooping and curling down, rounding each vertebra back into your mat. We're back to neutral. Okay, the next variations we're going to do are for the abdominals. This can be done with a ball or a towel, but for these purposes, I'm just doing no props so that you are able to do this anywhere, anytime. What I'm going to do is walk my feet out a little bit farther. I'm going to lay my arms down and curl my chin towards my chest, so I come up into a little upper body curl. I'm trying to get the shoulder blades up off the floor, so I'm not laying here with just my neck lifted. I really want those shoulders up. You're going to draw 1 knee into tabletop, and you're going to stretch the other leg long. I'm going to place both hands on top of my shin and take a deep breath in. And I'm going to exhale and switch. I'm trying to keep my upper body lifted. I can use my hands slightly to help pull me up a little bit higher each and every time. And each exhale is going to scoop my lower belly down and a little bit flatter. We have 4 more. 4 and 4 and 3 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. Good. Both knees come in. We place the feet down. We give a little more scoop to our upper body, and then we float everything back down. Good. We're going to do another variation here. So from here, I'm just going to scoop myself up a little bit more onto my mat. You're going to take another breath in. Again, arms are long. Exhale, round the chin to the chest and reach forward so you're nice and strong. You're going to take an inhale here, and again, exhale, float that right leg to a table. Another inhale and exhale. We float that left leg up to table. We're going to extend the right leg to the sky. Grab onto the calf, the ankle, or wherever you can hold, and extend the left leg long. Now here, I'm going to use the power of my leg to help pull my upper body up a little bit higher so I keep those shoulders really lifted. My feet are flexed, and if your hamstrings are very tight, which is totally fine, just bend the knees a little bit, and we can perform this exercise with this modification. So we take an inhale here, we do 2 pulses. So an inhale for the transition and 2 little exhales to deepen that core when we do these little pulses. The upper body's doing the pulse up and not the legs. I'm using the legs for help. Good, switch. 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 2 more each side. Switch. Take a look at the belly. Watch it get low and flatten. 1 more. And both legs up, bend the knees, place the legs down. Little upper body curve and roll the body back down. Excellent. Okay, we have one last one here. And we're going to do just a little bit of crisscross so that we get into the obliques slightly. So when we're doing oblique work, hands are going to be behind the head, and you're going to roll the chin towards the chest again and try to keep that upper body lifted. We don't want to use the shoulder blades for kickstands. So if you feel the points of your shoulder blades into the floor, try and see if you can come up a little bit higher, or grab a ball or a towel and just place it underneath your scapula, or kind of like bra line level, to get you up higher so you don't have to worry about that and you can focus on your core. You're going to bring those legs up into that tabletop again. We're going to stretch one leg out, and when I twist towards the opposite leg, I want my heart in line with my knee. I don't want to twist extra. That's going to do too much work, too much rotation, and pull on those shoulders versus the obliques. So let's begin. And 5, little twists, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good, knees into the chest. Let's pull everything up a little bit and roll everything back down, and you'll totally feel those. Again, you don't need much rotation, just enough to get your obliques starting to work. Roll off to one side. You're going to bring yourself up to sitting. And take a deep breath, and just notice that your core feels a little bit stimulated and it's really coming in to hold your body. We're going to continue with a little bit of side lying now. So you're going to go ahead and lay down on the side of your mat. You have 2 options here really, and the first option is going to be shoulder right underneath your elbow, or you can have your arm long and use your arm as a pillow. Both variations, I'm going to ask you to feel these ribs lifted so that you feel a strong line from head to tail, instead of letting the ribs sink, and then my line would be more like a hammock. Yeah, my spine. When it's lifted, I can feel that long connection. So whether you're here, the front arm can be a kickstand, or whether you're up on your elbow, also fine. Those same ribs are going to stay lifted. Okay, other hand on your hip. I'm going to do this variation. And again, I'm just going to scooch up a hair. Okay, so we're going to take the top leg is going to stretch out. The bottom leg can be bent. or straight. Either way, straight's a little more challenging, bent is a little bit less. So we take the top leg, and all we're going to do is bend the knee up and exhale, reach. 8 times, 2, and 3, and 4. And when I bend this knee up, I'm not moving my pelvis. I'm not tucking it, I'm not extending it. I'm really just letting the leg flex in the hip joint, yeah? 2 more here, and 2, side ribs lifted, 1, and lengthen. Good little baby circles, forward, 1, and 2, long spine, 3, keep breathing, 4, 5, 6, 7, reverse, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, ooh, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good, let the leg come down, bend that knee, and we'll take it to the other side. So whenever we're doing side lying in Pilates, it's a great idea to keep those ribs slightly lifted so the spine stays in a really great alignment. The other little tip you can try is when you're doing side lying, sometimes what we feel, ribs are lifted, let's take the other side, is that more of the side of the leg does the work, okay? 2, and less of the glute and the back, and that's what I really want. So if you need a little bit more booty and less leg, stick your tailbone out, stick your tail out just a little bit, and then continue your side lying work. See if that gets the muscle engagement happening in your backside. 4, 5. Now when you stick the tail out, hold the core and ribs are connected. Good. And 1 more, and hold. Circles, front, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and reverse. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Pelvis strong. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Lay that leg down, bend the knees. Now we're just going to take it onto our bellies. So laying on our belly, my legs are going to be about the width of my mat. And what I'm going to do is just get my back extensors working a little bit. So I do have my legs rotated out, so my inner thighs face the floor. My glutes are squeezed, hugged a little bit. And what I'm going to do is place my forehead down on the mat. I'm going to take a deep breath. Hands are by your armpits. And on an exhale, pulling my abdominals away from the mat, lengthening my spine long. I'm going to lift and float my chest off the floor. I'm going to take a breath in and reach my right arm on a high diagonal out and back in. 3 times. 2. And I really feel those lower back muscles working. Good. Place that hand down. Other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Good. And place it down. Nice. Bring the forehead down. Now I'm going to bring my hands so that I'm going to rest my forehead down. My right leg is going to lift 3 times. 1. Keeping pelvis steady. 2. Try not to rock side to side. 3. And other side. Exhale. 1. Spine is long and reaching my spine. And 1 more. Good. And down. Now we're going to take everything together. Up. 1. And lower. A little slower here. Exhale. Inhale, lower. 1 more. And lower. Good. Bend the elbows and send yourself back into a child's pose. Excellent. That is my timer. And what I love is for you guys to make sure that you're able to squeeze in 15 minutes of a workout. We have about 30 seconds left. Let's cross our legs, sitting tall. We're just going to take a little side stretch here. So arm is down. We're going to reach our body long and come into a little bit of a side stretch. You're welcome to sit on a towel. Your legs can be open, straightforward, whatever feels appropriate for you. My shoulders are into their place. My elbow is down, but by all means, you can just have an arm down. And I'm really stretching this whole side line. Come on up, nice breath in. Other side, reach those arms long, stretching, beautiful. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. Coming on up. Arms reach out to the side, bring them up above the head and bring them down in front of your body. And that is it. 15 minutes of just a little bit of movement makes a huge difference for whenever you need a little pick-me-up. Thanks you guys, and I'll send you some more soon.